Hey, Eric, tough finish there, but first, can you update us on Slim a little bit?
I don't have much other than she rolled her ankle pretty good, and we'll see how she's still with us. So she's here, and we'll see how she is.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm
not sure. I'm not sure what the plan is yet. Yeah, I haven't seen the play or anything, so just rolled it. She's frustrated, but we'll see how it is.
Um, what changed in that fourth quarter? It was pretty good defensive night, the first three, and then they get loose for 32, and DB kind of starts to get loose. What changed from your perspective, especially in the defensive end that last quarter?
I got to watch our defense back. I thought the biggest difference was we turned the ball over directly for layups. And you can't do that against them. We've played enough games in this building that if you let them get active with their hands, it gets you up against the shot clock. And, we got picked a couple times off the dribble. Those runouts really put a dagger in you. They're hard to come back from. I thought, to our credit, we stayed in the game. I think they got up, 71-62, and we got it back to a one possession game. So I like our resiliency. But, I said to the team, you got to have higher quality possessions, especially early in the fourth quarter when a team's going to amp the pressure up.
What do you think of Julie? Julie came in, obviously had to pick up when Slim went down, and you talk so much about, hey, she's got to be a scoring threat. Also, she's a bit of scoring threat. A couple tough turnovers, but in general, how would you like her game today?
Great. I thought she showed that she's more than just a passer and shooter. You saw her get down the lane a few times. I think the plays where she takes, aggressively takes what's there as opposed to kind of deciding ahead of time what she's going to do. She's realizing that the defenders in this league can show some help and recover, and you got to have a little, cleverness to what you do, which she has. So we're gonna see her keep doing that. But that was great. I mean, stepped up. She's ready. You saw the competitive fire coming out of her, and she's not afraid of a big game. So,
and also Carly, got out 4 for 4. What worked for her as well today, and in general, it was a game where, those three newcomers had big moments for you guys.
Yeah, I told her after the other, she was frustrated. She missed a couple good looks the other night. I said about the 1,000th thing on my list that I'm worried about is her shooting. So, it's just bound to even out. She was bound to make some shots. They did a better job in the second half, not leaving her, kind of under any circumstances. So, she gives us a lot of, she creates a lot of gravity on offense that opens space up for other people.
And just one last one from me, off night for Ariel, but she seemed to get a little bit more aggressive in that fourth quarter. Would you like to see her a little bit more aggressive earlier in the game? And, especially when a game like this where Slim goes down, would you like to see her punch shots a little bit more?
Yeah, it's a little bit on me. I gotta help her get some. It changed a little bit. She had to play more point guard tonight. Once Slim went down, we kind of just rotated her and Julie at the point. She a few turnovers she'd like back, but she did a good job making plays for other people. 1 or 2 of her threes go down, and I think we're looking at a different feel to her game. 1 or 2 turnovers back, 1 or 2 or threes that she normally makes go in. And, I thought she did a good job kind of keeping us steady, defending at the other end, making plays for her teammates. So, I got to get her some different ways to get touches, but that's just part of going through the season.
Thank you.
Tyler?
Hey, Eric. Yesterday during the media section of practice, you guys really focused in on DeWanna Bonner and how you guys were going to kind of cover her in those situations. The first half, really first 3 quarters, things looked great for you guys. Focusing just on those first 3 quarters, what did you feel like you guys were doing really well? And then kind of what changed there in the fourth?
You just have to take away her cheap points. She gets everybody a couple times a night on back cuts and, out of timeouts, they do good stuff for her. So we just try to take away the cheap stuff. She missed a couple open shots, but, don't bite on her pump fakes. Don't give her, easy cut layups. And really, I thought, they amped their defense up, and that's where she got some of her stuff going. It's nice for a player to get a couple run out layups to kind of get your momentum going.
And I wanted to go back to Julie real quick. With your rotations, you've been able to get her involved with a lot of different players on the team early on. Now we're seeing her more with Slim being out there for the second half. Having her get more opportunities with those players, what do you think it kind of opens up for players like Ariel, Shakira, Steph when you have someone like Julie and her passing ability out there?
When you're open, she's going to find you. I think our bigs are quickly understanding the passes she can throw to them on the move. We get on our bigs sometimes about rolling to the rim and not always popping. Well, part of that is if I'm going to roll, I need a guard who can deliver it. So, no, she's fun to play with. She can shoot, so when she's off the ball, you have to respect her. Yeah, she's a very good player. That's why we wanted her.
Thank you.
Jen?
Hey Eric, sticking with Julie for a second, during camp there were some discussions about how, any player coming to the WNBA, right, kind of has to often adjust to the physicality of things, and Connecticut is such a physical team. I'm just curious what you saw from Julie in that respect, coming in and going up against that level of physicality.
Yeah, she did well. Like I said before, she's not afraid. She's not afraid. So if you want to try to be physical with somebody like that and hard hedge them and all that, she's smart enough to get the ball out quickly and let her teammates make a play. She's had to go through it with her career of, Europe's different, but it's physical. And she's had to play different roles on different teams, including with the national team. There's not a lot she hasn't seen by this point. So length, athleticism, physicality, it's all a step up, I think, in our league. But, she'll adjust. She's smart.
And then, just the point guard position overall, you've talked about how you're kind of going to mix and match at times there, play different people. But, with Slim going down, what do you feel like you learned just of the different options that you played without her in there about, kind of that position and ball handling overall for this team?
I don't know if I learned a ton of new stuff. I mean, we've liked having Ariel be in that spot sometimes. We know Julie can do it. Had Didi handle it a little bit. It's a different look. You miss something when Slim's not out there. I mean, that's no way around it. She's a really good player. But, we have people that were ready for that challenge. So we got good players, and everybody on this team has showed that they're ready to step up when their number's called. Even in a short period of time, it's already very obvious that we're going to be a resilient group. We got down a couple different times in the game and had a little adversity, and we kept plugging away. So I'd like that fourth quarterback, but otherwise very encouraged.
Thank you.
Brad?
Yes, hi, Coach. Brad Lake, WBB Nation, WNBA Swish. You had 22 assists on the team this evening and 32 points in the paint. What did you see from your offense that you really enjoyed tonight?
Yeah, I think the ball moved well on a lot of possessions. We understood what they were trying to do. The 22 assists are good. I think that's going to be a pretty consistent thing for us. We just need to cut those turnovers by about half.
Rowie?
Hi, Eric. I had just a couple quick questions. First, noticing, Steph taking 5 threes, 6 last game. How important has her, emergence of her outside shot been to just having another weapon to go to offensively?
I think it's purely a volume thing of just having her shoot more. She's always been able to make them. Even last year, kind of with her injury, limited games and opportunities, she made shots. So we're just trying to use that ability to create space for our other bigs, for our ball handlers, and she's going to be a good shooter. So it's just about getting her some good looks.
And then I know it was a bit of a homecoming for Aaliyah. She's definitely adjusting to the league here a little bit. What have been some of the best things that you've seen from her in her first couple games of game action here?
I mean, it's a physical matchup tonight with Connecticut. Similar big, different type of players, but bigs against New York the other night, and she's not afraid of any of it. She's not the biggest post player in the world, but she plays big. She plays with physicality. She plays with a great motor. She's got good poise, she keeps a level head despite all of that. And, you can just kind of see her growing as we go.
Right, thank you.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
Yes.